Hey everyone, it's JoJo, and today I am unboxing Beyblade Metal Fury Hyper Strike Battle Set, part of the all-new HYPERBLADES series. So I bought this set at Walmart for about $35 plus tax. So here's the front of the box. You can see it comes with a new stadium and two new HYPERBLADE Beyblades. Also comes with two launchers and ripcords. One left spin, one right spin, of course. Here is the stadium, a picture of the stadium. Let's take a closer look. And there are the Beyblades. So that is the new Cosmic Pegasus Hyperblade and the new El Drago Destructor Hyperblade with Spark Effects colors. So they are recolored. So that's the front. Here is the back of the box. You can see the new stadium. I really like the design of that. It's kind of like really holographic and shiny and foil-like on the inside, and it has Pegasus and El Drago kind of fighting in the circle in the middle there. So it comes with Cosmic Pegasus and El Drago Destructor. And there are the new pieces for the Hyperblades. I'll go into detail about them later once I open everything up. And there are the launchers and the ripcords, and it comes with two collector cards and codes, which I will be giving away. So, let's get to unboxing. Alright, so everything is now out of the box. First, let's get rid of the codes. I don't really use codes. So here's the front of the collector card. And there's the code. And for El Drago, there's the front. And there's the code. Alright, so what should we get to first? First, let's take a look at the Beyblades, which are already put together. And these look really nice. These are recolored. The face bolt, really nice and foil-like. Also, same thing with the clear wheel, very shiny, very nice colors. And this is the metal wheel, Cosmic or Big Bang, and FD. This is FD. It looks pretty legit, pretty good. And here is El Drago Destructor. I really like the colors for this guy too. It reminds me of the gold edition for El Drago. So there's the front or the top view, and here's the bottom. I really like the green and blue colors with this. And here's FS for Final Survive. So it starts off whole flat and it goes to a sharp tip. So that's just a short view of the Beyblades. I'll go into more detail about them later. And comes with two launchers, right spin and left spin, and two ripcords. One is a dragon ripcord for El Drago, and two tools. And here's instructions, which will explain the different modes for the Beyblade. Alright, so this is for El Drago, and this is for Pegasus. And I'll go into that later. First, let's take a look at the stadium, next, let's take a look at the stadium. It's very small compared to like the Max Stampede Stadium, the El Drago Stadium, very small. The pockets are also a lot smaller. And the bottom, I really like the details. Let's take a closer look at that. You can see El Drago right here. And Pegasus right here. Looks really awesome. Also in the middle, like two smaller versions of them. Looks really cool. And yeah. It doesn't seem deep like the Takara Tomy Attack Stadium. It does have a little depth, but it is still pretty much flat. And the reason why I think they made this smaller is because to properly get a lot of the action with 4D Beyblades, you really need string launchers. And Hasbro doesn't have any more string launchers. I remember they came out with two different kinds, one red and one orange, but they made it smaller just so the Beyblades have a better chance of hitting each other in the stadium. And using the light launchers won't give them as much spin compared to the string launchers, and I think that's why they made the stadiums smaller, which is, I don't know, I'd rather much just settle with a string launcher, but, you know, I don't know, just for a safer playing with Beyblades, they used light launchers instead of string launchers. But yeah, so that is the set in general. Let's take apart the Beyblades and show you a comparison between the Hasbro Hyperblade and Takara Tomy 4D Beyblades. Before I get to the comparison between Hasbro and Takara Tomy, I would like to show you the different modes of the Beyblades. So first, let's start off with Cosmic Pegasus. Now, Cosmic Pegasus has four different modes. Alright, so there are a lot of pieces to this Beyblade. It is very heavy and very big. So let me show you this mode. So the mode that it's in right now is just your regular attack mode. This is the top piece of the metal wheel, and this is the bottom piece of the metal wheel. So there are two metal wheels, and this is the energy ring or the clear wheel, and there is another plastic ring below it, originally known as the PC frame, but Hasbro doesn't really give this part a name. So it's just a different plastic wheel. Alright, so this is attack mode, and how you could tell this is in attack mode, if you take a look at this smaller wing here, if it's right below this right here, the larger wing, and if the plastic is out of the way of this gap, and you see a gap right here, this is your normal attack mode. Alright, so let's take this Beyblade apart and show you the different mode. Oops. Okay, so this would be your attack mode, like I was saying before. Now, if you rotate this plastic wheel that's on the inside, if you rotate it to the right, and it covers that gap right there, then that is your directional attack mode. So that is mode number 2. Now, if you want to change it to the third mode, you rotate this metal wheel, the small metal wheel, over right here. So the gap is actually completely covered. So this is the third mode, which is multi-attack mode. Now, if you want to make it into the fourth mode, you rotate this plastic wheel over so that the small wing is in the gap, but the plastic wheel is not. This is your upper attack mode. Excuse me, I think it's like, yeah, this is your upper attack mode. You can tell this is upper because if the Beyblade is spinning and if it hits the other bay, it has this upper attack right here, and there's no gap here, and it just continues to become higher and higher right here. So this is upper. So those are the 4 modes of Cosmic Pegasus. I did do a separate video of the different modes of Big Bang Pegasus, and if you'd like to see that, there will be a link around this on the screen somewhere. So let's just put this on regular. Well, let's put this on multi-attack mode. So multi-attack mode would be right there. So that is multi-attack mode. Alright, so let's put it back together. I just have to mention that this clear wheel is really, really cool looking. But yeah, anyway, it has a very metallic color to it, but it's just the metallic paint, it's not actual metal. So that is the modes, or are the modes for Cosmic Pegasus. Moving on to El Drago Destructor, which is a very simple mode changing, and none of that metal wheels and plastic stuff. So this mode right here is, I believe this is attack mode. Okay, so you could tell this is attack mode because if you hold it at the top view, you can see the plastic part right here, not the rubber part. Now to change it into absorb mode, you just flip this around. And now it's in absorb mode. If you look at the top view, you could see the green rubber part. So you could tell that's absorb mode. And yeah, let's just leave it in absorb mode for now. Alright, so those are the modes of the two Beyblades. Now let's get on with the comparison. Here is Cosmic Pegasus disassembled and Big Bang Pegasus also disassembled. So the top is Cosmic, the Hasbro version, and the bottom is Big Bang, which is Takara Tomy. So let's take a look at the face bolts. Honestly, I gotta say that I love the holographic face bolt that Hasbro has done. The artwork is pretty much the same, just a different color. And the clear wheel and energy rings. So Hasbro obviously has a nicer, different color. I'm pretty sure they use metallic paint for this. You could see reflections in it and all that stuff. It's really cool looking. And Takara Tomy has stickers on it. It does have the supposed metal powder on the inside. Nothing too different, same design. There are probably minor weight differences because of the metal powder. And the PC frame, or Hasbro just calls it the plastic wheel. Different color, nothing too different, pretty much the same. And the metal wheel. So this is the bigger piece. The Takara Tomy one is a little bit dirtier. I've had this one for a long time. This one is just a different color, but pretty much the same. Same design. Don't see any mold differences. No, seems like they're pretty much the same. So far, so good. And then this is the smaller piece of the metal wheel. Just a different color. Nothing different. I don't see anything different in the mold or anything like that. Also, here is FD. Nothing too significant. Takara Tomy does have holes in these little parts right here. And I believe this is just all filled up, so nothing, well, the hole is on the bottom. It's not straight through like this one. Oh, jeez. Alright. Yeah, nothing too different except for the hole on the bottom of that. And the mechanics work just the same. So that is the comparison between Big Bang Pegasus and Cosmic Pegasus. Overall, I think Hasbro has done a very good job at recreating Takara Tomy's 4D pieces. And let's get on to El Drago Destroy and El Drago Destructor. Here we have El Drago Destructor and El Drago Destroy, both disassembled. the top is Hasbro, the bottom is Takara Tomy. So with the comparison of the two face bolts, Hasbro has a very nice holographic foil shiny effect on the sticker. It's a little bit crooked, but that's the way it came. And Takara Tomy is just normal sticker. And the facebolt colors are pretty much the same. Now the metal wheel, which is my biggest concern, I wasn't sure if they were using the same metal wheel from the original release of El Drago Destroy from Metal Fury, and I've looked under and they're actually both the same. So this has a lot more weight than the original El Drago Destructor. Good job on that. So it's a lot heavier and they're pretty much the same. I don't see anything different. Now let me show you the original El Drago Destructor metal wheel. So you can see it's hollowed out in here. So it's a lot lighter, and this is a lot more filled in. So it is an exact copy of the Takara Tomy version. Now for the, I think Hasbro calls this piece the fusion wheel. They're pretty much the same, different color. Rubber looks all the same size, same everything, just a different color. And FS, Final Survive. Don't see much of a difference, except for the hole. This one is, the hole goes all the way through on this little thingy right here. And with the Hasbro one, it, well, does not. I don't know, it looks a little bit different. Yeah, this one, Hasbro, looks a little bit more reinforced. There's a lot more plastic beneath this part right here. It's just to reinforce it, make sure nothing breaks, which is pretty good, because Beyblades do break. Yeah, so that is a difference right there, which could be pretty significant. This looks a lot fuller, probably has a lot more weight as well, probably not that much, but yeah, better reinforced 4D bottom. So that is the comparison between the El Dragos, Hasbro, and Takara Tomy. Let's do a spin test and spin battle between the Beyblades. So I brought back the Hyperstrike Base Stadium out, and first let me give you guys a warning. On the side it says, do not lean over stadium when tops are in play. Do not use stadium on tables or other elevated surfaces. Tops may bounce up and hit eye or face. Alright, so I am doing this on a table, but I'm being really careful. You really don't want to do this at home because they do kind of like, sometimes if they hit really hard, they do kind of pop out and bounce out of the stadium. So I'm only doing this for test spins. I'm not doing an actual battle right now. So we're going to test spin Cosmic Pegasus first. And before you want to launch your brand new Beyblade, you want to break out the bottom first, meaning loosening it up so that you could have the mode change come out a lot easier. But what I've noticed with Cosmic Pegasus and using a light launcher, the mode change is very quickly. So it goes from semi-flat SF to rubber flat very quickly. Sometimes it'll just stay in rubber flat. So hopefully when I do this test spin, it'll have the mode change and you'll be able to see it. So right now, I don't think it actually had the mode change. I think it's just in rubber flat. Because of the light launcher, it doesn't have a very strong launch. Let's just use a string launcher. So now it's in SF because it's spinning a lot slower. Now it's in RF. So with Cosmic Pegasus, it'll spin at burst, semi-flat, a slower spin, less aggressive, and it'll have this big burst of energy once it changes to rubber flat. So the FD bottom is pretty good. It stands for final drive, that final burst of energy. Right, so that is the test spin for Cosmic Pegasus. Now let's test spin Eldrago Destructor. Eldrago has the FS bottom. It starts off whole flat. It'll start off aggressive, and once it slows down, it'll stay in the middle to a sharp tip to absorb enemy hits. Alright, so let's try it out. Right now it's in whole flat. First it'll attack the Beyblade, and then once it starts slowing down, it'll change to a sharp tip. So that way, when the Beyblades are both slowing down, the opposing Bey will hit around it, and Eldrago will just absorb its hits and spin a lot more. Alright, so that is the test spin for Cosmic Pegasus and Eldrago Destructor. Let's do a test battle. I brought the stadium down on the floor for a much safer play. So we'll do one battle between Eldrago Destructor FS and Cosmic Pegasus FD. So here we go. And Eldrago's already in his S tip. He seems to be absorbing hits, but a little bit off balance. Oh, and Eldrago Destructor wins that battle. So that is a test battle between the two Beyblades. So that is my review of the Beyblade Metal Fury Hyper Strike Battle Set of the new HYPERBLADES series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Happy holidays to all of you, and I hope you all find plenty of Beyblades beneath your Christmas tree.